Expo West in Anaheim, California. I'm Mark Allen for Innovision Health Media. We're going to spend some time talking about Youtheory, and if you've been to Costco, if you've seen their wonderful website, they are a wellness company, and I think you're going to really enjoy learning about one of their newest products. We're going to spend some time with their educator, Joyce Moran. Joyce, welcome.
No, thank you so much. Thanks for the opportunity.
So tell us just briefly about Youtheory.
Absolutely. So Youtheory's been in business like almost 13 years now, which is great. We have certain key parts of our mission. So we're a lifestyle brand, so we play in many different categories, but we make sure everything that we're formulating, we're using clinically studied ingredients. They're patented raw materials. We go around the world to source them to make sure that they're coming from their native climate. We're supporting the native farmers there as well. So there's a whole good sustainability story with that as well. But we want to make sure everything that we formulate has, is efficacious, it's pure, and it has full traceability.
Science plays a big part here, right? Mm-hmm. But there are certain elements that don't believe the science. I'm going to say it. Pharma is one. A lot of medical doctors don't understand the need for supplementation. Can you address that?
That's a really good point. I think from a pharma doctor's perspective, they don't study it, so they don't really understand it. So they just kind of stay away from it. You can't fight with clinical evidence, right? Clinical studies are used in pharma, and they're also used in the natural industry. So
they're used, and the way the studies are done are the same. They're identical.
Absolutely. We're talking randomized, double-blind, gold standard studies with clinically, supported evidence at the end of them. So we feel it's really important to use those ingredients in our formulas so that we can support our formulas with claims that are tied right back to those ingredients.
All right, now let's talk about Joyce. You're an educator. You used to teach young kids?
I did.
Now you're teaching their parents how to take care of their young kids.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I branched out. I have 5 kids of my own, so I raised them, with studying nutrition, becoming a health coach, and teaching young kids for a long period of time. But my passion was always in the natural industry. So I have 20 years of experience in this industry, and I love being part of a brand where I can feel really good about making recommendations. Everything isn't about supplements, right? It starts with nutrition, it starts with lifestyle, but this is like the icing. I love to be able to share with people so that, let's say they're going through crazy amounts of stress. Why not take ashwagandha? Why not take ashwagandha with GABA? We know that it works. We know it's safe and it's effective.
And somebody like me who's always in stress, I need that. So let's talk about a word you used. You said that Youtheory, the bottom line is that you're actually a lifestyle company. Explain that.
So in the way of being a lifestyle company, we're really just trying to make wellness simple for people. How's that? So I always get stuck on that a little bit. So the fact that you pinpointed it, but I always look at it, we're in many different categories. So we don't just specialize in probiotics, and we don't know digestive health. We work along different categories so we can support people's lifestyle at all different ages and stages of life.
All right, let's take a look at what I think is the most important category out there, and that is brain and health, especially for those who might be over 40, like me.
Yeah.
Okay, 45.
Right there. I think you just had your birthday.
I did.
There you go. So as far as brain health, first of all, we know cognitive health is a growing category, and it's not just for the aged. It's not for people just aging. We're finding Gen Zers are like the largest population looking for supplements to support their brain health. And why is that? Because we have these overwhelming levels of stress that are really impacting brain function. So it's kind of those two things together. So we all, as we age, need additional things to help with cognitive support. So did you want to talk about our OFO now?
I want to talk about, yes, let's take a look at this.
OFO?
Right.
Okay, so ocean-friendly omega. Obviously, omegas are super important for brain health. They're great for cardiovascular health, eye health. We have to get them from an outside source. As you know, our bodies do not make them. And so ocean-friendly omega is really a great story because we're coming into a place in a time where overfishing is very prevalent. We're losing those resources of fish. So in a way to be able to protect the ocean, but also still provide omega-3s for people, we have an algae oil, an alga oil. So, and it has levels of DHA and EPA consistent with omega-3s, but fish eat algae. They eat krill and they eat algae. So we just go right to the source now.
So a lot of other omega products come from mussels and other things like that. Other bivalves that eat the algae. So you're bypassing that. So these are vegan friendly.
They're vegan, they're vegetarian friendly, and they're also for anyone interested in omega-3s who really want to protect marine life. And again, they're already in the converted form. So as we take the algae oil, there's no conversion needed, which is fantastic.
What is the average dosage for a person, an adult?
So, that's a great question. It depends. Algae oils are traditionally, you're not able to get those same levels. So with omega-3s, you might want 1,000 milligrams, 2,000 milligrams, depending on what your area is and what you're really trying to focus on. But this has 770 milligrams. It's a higher DHA blend. We know the DHA is really the important part, the fats in our brains that we need to be nourishing and adding more to help with functioning every day. And it also has EPA in it as well.
And again, it's vegan so that you can get your omega-3s. What about omega-6s? Because you're supposed to blend those together?
Yeah, so that's a great point. So we're kind of out of balance in the American population. We have way too many omega-6s. We're getting that from flax oil. We're getting it from different sources, but we're not getting omega-3s. And again, our body, so we need to balance that out with a better ratio in our bodies, and that's one of the reasons for taking the omega-3s.
Bottom line, omega-3s, and this is called ocean-friendly omegas, and this will help with brain fog, clarity, thinking, longevity.
All of the above. Yeah, I mean, omegas go right into that phospholipid layer, and they actually make it work more effectively in your brain. So it's really, when you get down to that level of science, we know that it really helps, significantly with brain function.
Ponce de Leon would have loved to have this. I'm Mark Allen for Innovision Health Media.